Nick Clegg said you guys have never apologised for what you did to the economy.
Absolutely, we've apologised. We got it wrong on bank regulation.
Do you say sorry now?
Absolutely. I've been very clear. Yes.
You haven't said sorry.
Well, I am sorry for what we did on bank regulation. We got it wrong, and you're absolutely right about that. But the question is, who will learn lessons for the future, and who's going to get the deficit down in a fair way that protects our National Health Service, for example?
Well, I was going to ask you about the National Health Service because the CEO of the NHS, Simon Stevens, has said that you need £8 billion, which the Conservatives say they will find. You've only pledged £2.5 billion. Why can't you make it be £8 billion the same way?
Because when I make promises, Amanda, I know where the money's coming from. And that is such an important principle for our National Health Service. There's nothing more dangerous for our NHS than making promises on an IOU. And that's why we've said we'll have a mansion tax on homes above £2 million, crack down on tax avoidance by the hedge funds, money from the tobacco companies, for 20,000 more nurses, 8,000 more doctors, 5,000 more care workers and 3,000 more midwives. And that's what the NHS needs, an immediate rescue plan for now, not an IOU for 2020.
And is Alex Salmond going to write your budget?
No.
And if you don't get in next week, are you definitely not going to join forces with the SNP?
We're not going to have a coalition with the SNP, no deals. Look, you know, the SNP...
What happens if you're teetering on a knife edge then? How are you going to make this work? And we've asked this question to all of the other leaders that we've talked to. How are you going to make it work?
Look, I want a majority Labour government.
It's unlikely you'll get one.
You know, let's see what happens. But the thing I would say is, whatever happens, I'll put forward my proposals in my manifesto. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, but we're only 8 days away, so we want to know what you're going to do now. We want to know who you guys are going to talk to.
Well, I'm telling you very clearly, Philip, we're not going to have coalitions or deals with the Scottish National Party. I want to explain why, though. Look, their project is to break up the country. They used to say that the referendum last year was a once-in-a-lifetime referendum, and now they want one potentially within the next 5 years. That's why I'm not going to have a coalition or deals with them. Look, what we'll do is we'll put forward our proposals in a Queen's speech, but I think the other thing that's important is this coalition has used each other as an excuse to break its promises. And I don't think that's what the people want. I don't think people want, you know, broken promise excuses. I think they want actually people to say, well, here's my manifesto, I'm going to seek to deliver it, and that's what I'm going to do.
Big business. Bra tycoon Michelle Mone, a lifelong supporter of Labour, said that the prospect of a Labour SNP government would scare the living daylights out of voters and claimed that you would be bullied by Nicola Sturgeon if you became Prime Minister. Will you be bullied?
There's not going to be an SNP Labour government. And, you know, I'll stand up for what I believe in. I'll stand up for what I believe in for people right across our United Kingdom. You know, I do think this is important. I don't think we should try and divide our country. You know, saying it's England versus Scotland versus Wales versus Northern Ireland. I think working people across every part of the United Kingdom want the country run in a different way. So we stand up to the energy companies, the tax avoiders, and start fighting for working people in every part of our country again, and that's what I'll do as Prime Minister.
You had a party political broadcast on the telly last night. Paul Greengrass directed, obviously the director of the Bourne series. Did you really need to bring Hollywood in to make you look good?
I think Matt Damon doesn't have anything to worry about compared to me. Look, if Paul's my friend, actually, and he's been very keen, I've known him for a few years, and he wanted to help on the campaign, and it was a chance for those people, I hope they might go and watch it on the internet, it was a chance for me to set out what I believe, what makes me tick, a bit about my family and you know, what brought me into politics. And I think, you know, it's a good opportunity to tell people those things.
And has it also helped you with your public speaking and the whole image thing that there seems to be people having a problem with?
No, look, I try and be myself. That's what I try and do. I think that the thing I've learnt most of all in this job is don't try and be someone else, try and be yourself, what I stand for, and that's what I've been putting forward in this election.